Well, I guess it's time for me to show you what I've been doing. Okay, this is to heal my gut and to further add to the bacteria within my body. So there it is, there it is, guys. Okay, so I just want to show you something real quick. I hope this is working properly because my microphone was messing up last time. Alright, so recently I've been getting very clean internally because, as you all well know, with my last dry fast, my mind, my soul, everything about me was great except for the body. Although I got to the point where I wasn't hungry anymore, I got to the point where I wasn't thirsty anymore, and that I felt like I didn't need to drink or eat, my body became too toxic, and as of a result I had to stop the fast. Not only that, but there are other things dealing with, I'm going to show you what that noise is in a second. There are other things, other responsibilities that I had throughout my life, which I couldn't just drop due to my new mindset, right? The new mindset that was just coming out of me. And to better explain that mindset, I was saying to people on camera that, I just felt like moving away and just living outside for the rest of my life. I didn't feel the urge to make videos, I didn't feel the urge to write, I didn't feel the urge to do anything at all, except for just do nothing but be outside and breathe and enjoy life. But because I had to run a business, my consultation business where I teach people about spirituality in regards to not religion, but teaching them how to connect to themselves and to bring out parts of themselves to also experience such mindsets, I couldn't just leave all of that behind. Okay, so certain things had to be done first. And as the days have gone by, I've slowly progressed in these areas of life, including in my health, becoming more and more clean. Okay? So, as I've become more and more clean, I've done things such as worm parasite cleanses. I've done things such as I've switched to distilled water for certain reasons, and I've even stopped showering. I've stopped showering for a while, and I've started doing pit cleans instead. That just naturally was something that I did anyway when I was younger, but now I've started doing it more. I've started cleaning the pores on my skin differently, and I've started doing a lot of enemas, a lot of colon cleanses, a lot of different kinds of enemas, even some which I can't see on camera because I know a lot of people are going to be in resistance to them. But I've also done certain things with different kinds of waters and oils such as turpentine and dissolving fluids, okay? Things that dissolve things within the body, fluids that dissolve things within the body. And so far I've gotten to the point where I can stop eating and drinking, and I am feeling that urge to just stop completely, but I'm not quite there yet. Okay, the other day I actually learned how to stop and slow down my blood pressure. Okay, so my blood pressure was going up because I didn't eat for a couple of days. So I learned how to meditate and instantly stop my blood pressure from going up. Then my heart rate slowed down and I stopped getting fast heart rates. Not only that, but I was able to get out of bed fast, quickly, jump up and down. And I didn't get that lightheaded dizziness that most people get when they fast. So because of my kind of expunging of the crap, changing of the mind, I'm now more able to deal with issues that come up mentally, psychologically. And even, recently I've gotten to the point where nothing bothers me mentally, psychological wise. But still, my body is not 100% yet. So what's this got to do with the noise that you all heard earlier? Well, I've been studying probiotics, the body, bacteria, and how certain bacterias that are good for you can actually break down certain undigested proteins and enzymes and further assimilate certain things within the body, certain tissues within the body, so that it could basically, these little bacterial I need to sit down. These bacterias can go through your body, and they're like the worker bees, okay? So whatever you've got in your body that's still undigested, you put these things into your body, and they basically not only heal your intestinal tract completely, but they'll also assimilate anything that's undigested. And right now I've got a lot of information coming up all in once, like in my head, so I'm trying to pick it piece by piece to tell you, because it's like, just tell them everything, and I can't do that in this video. But what it does is, okay, 80, some say above 80 to plus 90% of it's done it again. I've got so much info. Wait, I'm just trying to hold everything back. Okay, deep breath, tell you piece by piece, and try not to forget everything. Okay, 80 to 90%, this happens when I'm writing as well, by the way, 80 to 90% of the serotonin is the feel-good chemical in your body, is created within the gut. Depression happens because you haven't got enough bacteria in the stomach to create and assimilate the serotonin, the good hormone, the good feeling hormone within your gut. So hormones are created and produced also within the gut, among other areas in the body. So if you've got depression, it's because the bacteria in your gut is lacking. Okay, now there are loads of different strains of bacteria. There are some indigenous people who have 75 plus different strains, bacterial strains, which all help in assimilating their body. Okay, and right now I'm culturizing 30 strains of bacteria. I'm going to show how did it again. I'm going to show you how I'm farming these 30 strains, or culturizing, people say, or colonizing even. And just to touch on it a bit more before I show you, because I don't want to tell you everything in this video, because that's not why I'm making this video. I'm just showing you guys something. Okay, now it's happened. Now that I've deliberately taken chunks out of the information that was in my head to tell you, a lot of it's just disappeared. Great. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. 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 Well, I guess it's time for me to show you what I've been doing. Okay, this is to heal my gut and to further add to the bacteria within my body. So there it is, there it is, guys. Basically, you all know that you're about 70 to 80% water, right? Well, if you take apart your body, if you take out all of the liquids out of your body, all of the water, what you're left with is this combination, this bundle of cells, this sack of flesh, right? But out of that sack of flesh, 90% of that is bacteria. If you're healthy. Okay, 90% of that is bacteria. So that means that 10% of that flesh is you in regards to your physical body. It's not even your soul. If you're going to identify consciousness as a soul being separate from the body, what it really is it's a combination of amino acids which build matter for the body. So if you look at all of these factors, you'll realize that when it comes to regenerating the body, that little tiny 10%, it just makes so much sense as to how certain areas of the body are only certain, they're only, for example, your feet are only 11 months old. The cartilage in your feet, sorry. Okay? Every 7 years they say you're in a completely new different body, but really every few months your entire body, there are certain aspects of it that they're completely different. They've been replaced and rebuilt by certain things that you've put within your body, and also by things that you're breathing out of the atmosphere. And it's also got the ability to create its own amino acids, so it's got the ability to create its own cells. It's pretty cool. So when you start to really look at the science behind this, it really does make a lot of sense as to how people are able to live without eating or drinking, and they're still able to generate tissue. Because you've only got that small 10%, remember, the rest is 90% bacteria, good probiotics, which are basically little creatures, little tiny microbe creatures. Not worms. Worms are something else, you need to get those out. Okay, so basically I'm going to show you what I'm culturizing to help better climatize my inner galaxy, solar system, whatever you want to call it. This awesome machine of life. So what I got here are some probiotics, living probiotics, and each probiotic here has around about 30 strains. Hopefully they all have 30 strains. Alright, so what you got here is, this one here is coconut cheese. Okay, I brought some young coconuts, I drink the fluid out of the coconut, and then I add some lemon to break down the fat, and then I put it within this jar. Okay, without the lemon, the fat just floats around in the body and your body can't assimilate it. The bacteria within your body cannot assimilate it properly, so you need to add the lemon. So I added the lemon to this, also some distilled water, and 30 different strains of bacteria. The bacteria have been chopping away at it, breaking it up and assimilating it, and also they've been growing off of the sugars in here, okay, because that's how bacteria grows. So I've been colonizing those forms in here. Not only that, but there are other bacterias within the coconut itself. So this has different strains added to it, above 30 hopefully. You know, which I don't know what they are right now because I haven't looked into it, but the reality is if you ferment stuff without adding any probiotics, they're going to start fermenting on their own because they all host their own bacterial environments. They all have their own different kinds of bacteria colonies. So this is a mix, okay? And every now and then I add each to mix them all up. This right here is butternut squash, and I've added some organic spices. It smells amazing, kind of like alcohol. Some organic spices. These are all organic, by the way, guys, because I only eat organic. And there is some red onion in here, not white and not green. Don't eat white or green onions. They have this chemical inside which is poisonous to the body. Red is fine. If you smell after eating the onions, it's because you've ingested the chemical and it gives you brain fog. So not only that, but I've also got turmeric in here, a heavy amount of turmeric, heavy amount of ginger. I've also got, what do you call them? They're not carrots, but they're white and they're long, and you eat them for Christmas next to your chips. I'm not quite sure what they would be called. Come on, they're in there though. Turnips are in there also. I've done the same thing here and I've soaked it in coconut water, okay? Now, hopefully at some point I'll show you the rest, because I've actually got 10 that I know of right now, maybe even more ferments fermenting around my house in areas where the house is warm, especially in the drying cupboard, because they ferment faster in heated climates. Also, you need to know how to feed them organic raw cane sugar so that they can double and multiply, okay? Otherwise they just stop multiplying after there's no more sugar and it just tastes like vinegar. But I'll be showing you those at some point. And yeah, this is just a little update. I'm going to keep putting little updates on my YouTube channel to give you guys content until I start giving you like the thick, heavy info, what to do, how to do, guides on how to do specific things like Kundalini meditations or so forth. First I'll show you what I'm doing and the results pertaining to my exercises and my experience, and then I'll just make the other videos. But yeah, that smells like vinegar, that smells like it smells like alcohol. It smells great. By the way, I don't drink alcohol, but these have been fermenting for about, I'd say 3 days. Yeah. And I shouldn't have tapped it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick at these while I'm juicing, because like I said, I'm going through these urges where I don't want to eat or drink anything, because my mind and my body wants to get into that state as soon as possible where I'm not eating or drinking. But logically I'm taking it slow, because I know that I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to hit physically a detox wall. So I'm just making sure, because you know, last time my mind was trying to push me really, not my mind, my body was trying to kick out stuff and go faster than I was comfortable with physically. So I'm just making sure physically I can cope before I decide to really take that next step into my new lifestyle. And I'm gonna show you guys everything. Speak to you soon. Peace.